NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Go get it right here. Come on. Right. 380. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, it's Bell. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And give him a... And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking...
And he takes this into the end zone. Bell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Being chased out left. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Lambert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for the Panthers. 55 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to bowl his way in for a Panther score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Sturgis for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, check. 3 down. Gotta go. 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check. Hey. I'm coming after you. What's left? Good, guys. 4 down.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts. We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright. And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it. They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Malcolm Mitchell, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Let's go, 14.
Play action. It's Wilson. Going up top. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Zebra.
To throw on 3rd down. Wilson. Flush to his right. And he finds a man. That's Watkins. Whoosh. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play on third down for the Chiefs. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Zebra.
The give is to Bell. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Play action. Now Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. Now Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
He's going to get it running right. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Le'Veon Bell with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chiefs are in for 6. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the...
It's caught inside the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there for Carolina. And even 40 yards. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. They'll set up to throw.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
No. Check. Patriot.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. Down right around the 25. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
There's Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It finds his target, Fuller. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch it now, Barney! Now let's go! 3-19!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Carolina. Will Fuller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
19. 18. There.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And a nice spin into some open field. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Ezekiel Elliott, 84 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
14, 14. 12, 12.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Shotgun.
On 3rd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Abdullah, the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
So they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. K1 short. Coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. 10th carry now for Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They're going to look to throw into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And here's Marshall. And an alley to run. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Hey. 4 down. Gun.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's got him in. Complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2.
19.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Panthers have recovered.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games, and I notice you cradling the football. You get it tucked
as we speak.
With the points of pressure here, and that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was
You
down
would
there?
not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Elliott. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Point after now from Sturgis. Sturgis for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. He spins free. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
19. Shotgun.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Let's go, 14.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
14. Tempo.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Lucky 56. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the run. Gone.
The first throw for the backup Lynch. Looking deep downfield. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
Check 50. 56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. 12.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind, with him running the team, that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Dewan Smoot in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch it now, Barney.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Throwing is Wilson. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Now a desperation throw deep down, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Lambert. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Fuller. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
No, check. Patriot.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot